The order of the day is a motion on need to address the menace of baby factories in Nigeria. Standing in the name of Honorable Ossy Prestige, Honorable Prestige is invited to move the motion.
Honorable colleagues, I am Honorable Prestige Ossy, member representing the people of Aba North, Abasa Federal Constituency. I'm from Abia State. Mr. Speaker, honorable colleagues, the need to address the menace of baby factories in Nigeria. The House notes that in 2006, the United Nations report on Nigeria drew attention to the existence of baby factories in the country, and this nefarious practice has continued unabated to an alarming proportion in different parts of the country, especially in the southern part, with babies being sold as ordinary wares. Also note that the term baby factories, also referred to as baby farms or baby harvesting, is a new form of human trafficking, with the factories located in secret places where young girls and ladies are lured into and encouraged or coerced to get pregnant and deliver babies for sale with or without their consent. Recall that the 2011 report of United Nations Educational, Scientific and Cultural Organization, UNESCO, stated that human trafficking is the third most common heinous crime ravaging Nigeria, after financial fraud and drug trafficking. And like most other organized crimes, baby factories operate as a powerful cartel involving prominent people backing the nefarious trade. Aware that baby factories operate under the guise of orphanage homes, prayer homes, social welfare homes, or maternity homes and clinics, thereby luring unsuspecting teenage girls and ladies with all sorts of bets, and those victims find the hostels as safe havens for secretly dropping their unwanted babies for a token without the glare of the public, and thereafter continue with their normal lives as though nothing happened. Also aware that extremely poor and vulnerable teen girls and ladies see such homes as veritable opportunities for addressing their economic misfortune by selling their babies for a peanut. And according to a report by the United Nations, at least 10 babies are illegally sold every day in Nigeria, a development that is worrisome and possesses a great threat to national security, especially with the global rise of human organ trafficking. Desirous of putting an end to the operations of those baby factories in order to save those helpless teen girls and ladies from the risk involved in their indulgences. The House resolved to call on the National Agency for the Prohibition of Trafficking in Persons, NAPTIP, to work in close synergy with other law enforcement agencies in order to forestall the activities of baby factories through effective intelligence gathering and dissemination of information. Urge the Federal Ministry of Health to ensure that all maternity homes and orphanages are duly registered and issued licenses to operate within their scope. Urge the National Agency for the Prohibition of Trafficking in Persons, NAPTIP, to closely monitor orphanages and maternity homes to prevent them from being used for nefarious activities. Further urge various state governments to initiate the process of domesticating the Child Rights Act to ensure adequate protection of children. Mandate the committees on human rights and health services to ensure implementation. I so move, Mr. Speaker. Honorable Speaker, distinguished honorable colleagues, I am Honorable Prestige Ossy, member representing the people of Aba North and South Federal Constituency, and from Abia State. Mr. Speaker, this issue of baby factory is becoming the order of the day, like I said, especially in the southern part of Nigeria. These little girls who have, at one point or other, been involved in unwanted pregnancies are lured into some homes, some of them as orphanages, some of them as hostels, some of them as hospitals. Even some people who claim to have some churches are also using it as a home to bring these girls where they would deliver those babies, and those babies are sold. The most unfortunate part of this, Mr. Speaker and colleagues, is that some of these babies are sold, if they are sold to those who need babies, who don't have children, that would be a better way of even going about it. But a situation where most of them are sold and used, sold to ritualists and used as sacrifices, Mr. Speaker, that calls for the attention of everybody in this country, that we should all do everything that is within our reach to make sure that we put a stop to it. The intelligence community, the security agencies, should please be up in their game by making sure that they go into some of these homes, because there's no way this kind of a business can thrive without the knowledge of the security agencies. They should live up to their expectations and billings to go into most of these areas to fish out these baby factories. And some of these baby factories are not even hidden. They are known, and they have been operating within a certain space. Mr. Speaker, there is a case in point where some of these ladies are hypnotized. I had a case sometime last week from Abuja here. A little girl of 14 that went to Wuse Market was hypnotized and was found in Enugu, where she was taken to one particular area and hidden. It took the ego eyes of the security agencies after almost 2 weeks to find where the girl was kept. And they hypnotized her in such a manner that even when the parents and the guardians come around, they will not be able to identify them until after a while. So something must be done, and done quickly, to make sure that this particular trend do not go further, because it's also tarnishing the image of this country. Because even when slavery has been abolished in other areas, Nigeria is seeing it as a means of livelihood. Those who sell human parts take these ladies, these babies, as human parts. They sell it as human parts. They sell the lungs, the kidneys, the heart, and the rest of them. Mr. Speaker and honorable colleagues, I think that this is the time for us to rise up to condemn this dastardly act and put a stop to these baby factories. And those who also claim to be doctors who are not should be able to know that there is a law guarding this country, and anybody who falls short of it should face the full wrath of the law. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Those in support, please say aye. Those against, please say nay. The ayes have it.